Today, you're going to discover why experts fail, how overthinking kills performance, and how the Shoshin method can help you break free from the prison of your own expertise and enter the effortless state of flow. But first, let's talk about the trap that every expert falls into and why. It's so hard to escape. Let's travel to Kyoto, Japan, where a young calligrapher named Haru is about to learn the most important lesson of his life. Haru was a prodigy. By the age of 12, his brushstrokes were admired by masters twice his age. By 16, he was winning competitions, his work displayed in galleries across the city. By 20, he was teaching others, his reputation growing with every passing year. But with every success, something inside Haru began to change. He became obsessed with perfection. He studied every technique, memorized every rule, analyzed every stroke. He practiced for hours, but the joy he once felt began to fade, replaced by anxiety and self-doubt. One day, Haru was invited to perform at a prestigious festival. The hall was packed with dignitaries, artists, and critics. As he dipped his brush in ink, his mind raced. What if I make a mistake? What if my hand shakes? What if they see I'm not as good as they think? He began to write, but his strokes were stiff, his movements forced. He hesitated, overthinking every line. When he finished, the applause was polite, but Haru knew he had failed. He left the stage in shame, convinced that he had lost his gift. For weeks, Haru could not bring himself to pick up a brush. He replayed the performance in his mind, searching for what went wrong. He read more books, watched more tutorials, practiced more drills, but the harder he tried, the worse he felt. One evening, his old teacher, Master Sato, visited him. "Haru," the master said, "why do you look so troubled?" "I have lost my touch," Haru replied. "The more I learn, the worse I become. I can't stop overthinking. I can't enter flow." Master Sato smiled. "Do you remember your first lesson?" Haru nodded. "You told me to empty my mind. And what did you do?" "I just painted." "I didn't think. I just let the brush move. That is Shoshin, the beginner's mind," the master said. "When you were a beginner, you had no expectations, no fear, no ego. You were open, curious, present. But now, you are trapped by your own expertise." Haru was silent. "Come," Master Sato said. "Let us paint together." They sat in silence. The master handed Haru a blank sheet of paper. "Forget everything you know," he said. "Just paint." Haru hesitated, then closed his eyes. He let go of the rules, the techniques, the fear of failure. He let the brush move, not knowing what would appear. When he opened his eyes, he saw something he hadn't seen in years: joy. The lines were imperfect but alive. The strokes were free but full of spirit. Master Sato nodded. "This is Shoshin. This is flow. This is the secret that every expert forgets." Haru realized that the path to mastery was not a straight line, but a circle, a return to the mind of a beginner. But what does this mean for us in our own lives, in our own struggles with overthinking and performance? Let's step out of Haru's world and into our own. We all start as beginners. When we first learn a skill, whether it's playing an instrument, learning a language, starting a new job, we are open, curious, unafraid of mistakes. We ask questions, we experiment, we play. But as we gain experience, something changes. We accumulate knowledge, but we also accumulate fear. We become attached to being right, to looking good, to avoiding failure. We start to overthink. Overthinking is the enemy of flow. It's the voice in your head that says, "What if I mess up? What if I'm not good enough? What if they find out I'm a fraud?" It's the reason why experts choke under pressure, why professionals freeze in big moments, why artists lose their spark. But the good news is, you can break free. The Shoshin method is a practice, a way to return to the beginner's mind. No matter how much you know, no matter how long you've been doing something, here's how it works. Step 1, empty your cup. Imagine your mind is a cup already full of knowledge, opinions, and expectations. To learn something new, to enter flow, you must first empty your cup. Before you start a task, take a moment to let go of what you think you know. Release your need to be perfect. Let go of your fear of failure. Say to yourself, "I am a beginner. I'm open, I'm curious." Step 2, Focus on the process, not the outcome. Experts are obsessed with results. Beginners are focused on the process. When you focus on the process, on the act of doing, rather than the result, you free yourself from the pressure to perform. Set a timer for 10 minutes. During that time, focus only on the task, not on whether it's good or bad, right or wrong. Let yourself play. Let yourself make mistakes. Step 3. Ask questions, don't give answers. Experts think they have all the answers. Beginners ask questions. Before you start, ask yourself, what can I learn today? What can I try that I've never tried before? What if I did this differently? Curiosity is the antidote to overthinking. Step 4. Embrace mistakes as teachers. In Shoshin, mistakes are not failures, they are feedback. Every time you make a mistake, ask, what is this teaching me? How can I use this to grow? When you stop fearing mistakes, you stop overthinking. Step 5. Practice presence. Flow is the state of being fully present, fully engaged, fully alive. To enter flow, you must let go of the past, regret, and the future worry. Focus on the now, on the brush in your hand, the keys under your fingers, the breath in your body. This is the gateway to flow. Let's look at the science. Psychologists have found that experts are more likely to choke under pressure because they become self-conscious. They start to monitor their own performance, to judge themselves, to worry about what others think. Beginners, on the other hand, are less self-conscious. They are more present, more playful, more open to new experiences. This is why children learn so quickly, why they are so creative, so fearless. The Shoshin method is about reclaiming that spirit, no matter how old you are, no matter how much you know. But how do you make this a habit? How do you bring the beginner's mind into your daily life? The journey from expert to beginner is not a step backward. It's a leap forward. When you embrace Shoshin, you become more creative, more resilient, more adaptable. You stop overthinking. You enter flow. Let's return to Haru one last time. After his lesson with Master Sato, Haru began to practice Shoshin every day. Before each painting, he emptied his mind. He focused on the process, not the outcome. He asked questions, embraced mistakes, and practiced presence. His work changed. It became more alive, more authentic, more powerful. But more importantly, Haru changed. He became less anxious, less self-critical, less afraid. He rediscovered the joy that first drew him to calligraphy. He realized that true mastery is not about knowing everything. It's about being open to anything. So here's my challenge to you. The next time you find yourself overthinking, stuck or afraid to act, remember Shoshin. Empty your cup. Focus on the process. Ask questions. Embrace mistakes. Practice presence. Be a beginner, no matter how much you know. Try this for 1 week. Before every important task, whether it's a meeting, a performance, a workout, or a conversation, take a moment to enter the beginner's mind. Notice how your anxiety fades, how your creativity grows, how your performance improves. Share your experience in the comments. Let this community be your dojo, a place where we celebrate not just expertise, but curiosity, openness, and growth. Remember, you are not less because you are a beginner. You are more because you have the courage to start again. The world doesn't need more experts trapped by their own knowledge. It needs more people brave enough to be beginners. If this message resonated with you, subscribe to the channel, join our community, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Your journey to flow, to creativity, to true mastery starts with Shoshin, the beginner's mind. The choice is yours. Will you let go of what you know and discover what you can become?